You asked for this because I stopped doing this. I stopped interviewing. I stopped, but you asked.
So who is your publisher?
It's P. Here you go. This is actually pretty neat. I swore I wasn't going to do that anymore with the interviews and stuff, and I came across somebody, and we're just having a normal conversation at the bar, a couple, and I'm like, man, I should tape this. This is not, I've been getting beat up with interviewing people and this stuff and talking with them about it. So I break it out. And, at first it was like, what's going on? And then I got a nice 10 minutes out of it. And this was nice. It was a nice little, we'll see. And this could be part of, I'm behind the bar now with this thing, with the black tourmaline. And, and I'm protecting myself in certain ways. And even my attitude's different. And I guess that's because it's all me rather than picking up other people, especially behind the bar. But the techniques that Bernadette Gold gave me and the things that we talked about are helping me incredibly because I'm applying them. I almost had no choice. I have to try something. Getting all these, realizing that, I'm bringing in the empathness, the being empathic. Back in the day, I would just block it by putting a rose in front of me and let it get absorbed. And it worked. It didn't work. Whatever. I'd carry crystals and stones. This is just because it's magnified, and some of the things that she brought to my attention, I'm like, wow. And I just gotta say, even the interviews are better. But I still think I'll be lightening up on that. But you can check these out. Just missed like a whole conversation.
I can tell you again, you're correct. It is and.
No, I'm not correct.
You are correct.
No, we were correct when you said it was in.
Well, yes, but
because of the experiences I had in my book.
Perspective. We've already read your.
Okay, you already read it? Jesus, you owe me money. Let's go. You owe me for the book.
I read your part about perspective and
yeah, but it's also I'm starting to find it's also your definition of the word perspective.
That's very true.
So I'm finding that out. Sex in the City, for me, and this would be my perspective, because of the experiences I had, I say that my consciousness resided in a timeline where it was in and it shifted to and.
Yes.
My consciousness resided in a timeline where Mickey Mouse didn't have a tail, now he does. Curious George did have a tail, now he doesn't. Kit Kat's never had a dash here. I remember the dash. I remember eating Jiffy peanut butter, but never ate stuff my whole life, but it never existed.
Yeah.
Stupid. Well, some people say it went from Jif to Jiffy. Me, I remember Jif, Jiffy, and Skippy on the shelf at the same time.
Yeah.
I was a bachelor, trying to shop, just trying to get it done.
Interesting.
Any other questions I asked you guys, or was that it?
What was the first one? Oh, yield sign.
Yeah, that was yellow. Eric's favorite is what weapon does the Scarecrow carry in the Wizard? That's not your favorite? What weapon does the Scarecrow carry? Look at her. She's like, huh?
Does he carry a weapon?
There you go. I hope everybody remembers a weapon. In this timeline, we all see a gun. He's carrying a gun.
He has a gun, doesn't he? Because he's shooting crows.
You're too close to the. You're catching the downloads or something. You got to shave some of that head off. You got to shave your head so you don't catch the downloads from the antennas. Didn't I tell you about the antennas?
From the orbs.
From the orbs. But she got me. Funny. This is good. I appreciate this because I think my last 3 interviews were complete failures. The one guy saying, dude, you're just misremembering. I'm going to, listen, I have a session open next week. I'm like, oh my God. I got a group of college kids going, yeah, that's media. Media's just trying to get you to buy their products again. I said, I haven't bought Depends the first time. Now they want me to buy it again because now it's Depend. It's not Depends. They took the S off. That's going to make me buy it. I didn't buy it before. I don't understand that.
They're all marketing ploys.
To me, Depends doesn't need a marketing ploy. It's just me. Is that just me?
We went from multiple
Howdy.
to just one Depend.
Right. Well, that was one of the signs I saw, because a lot of the changes did go from plural to singular, and I said, something is trying to tell me it's about me. Because a lot of the things that gained S's didn't just gain S's, they gained apostrophe S, which would be possession. Gained an apostrophe. Oh, there's a couple of things. And some things lost the D. Now, there is a couple times the D's missing on products that I recall a D, like Folgers.
Oh,
There's no D in it anymore.
cultures.
And this time there's no. But I kept saying, well, maybe they're saying the Mandela effect is not caused by the D-Wave computer. That was my interpretation of that. A year later, a friend of mine says, what's their slogan? What's their saying? Folgers? It's wake up with Folgers in your cup. I don't get it. He goes, wake up. So it was like, this is a total, we're trying. And there's a lot of wake ups in the messages. There's a lot of S's dropping off of words. A lot of A's, a lot of E's turning to A's.
Okay.
Berenstein Bears. You ever hear them?
Yeah.
I never heard of them. They popped up for me in 2012, and now everybody's screaming about the spelling changed.
I know it is E.
What is an E? Spell it.
E-E-R-R-E-N. S-T-E-I-N.
In this timeline, it has always been BerensteinStain. If you have old books at
That's
home,
Berenstain.
Berenstain Bears.
What's
If you,
Berenstain?
I'm sorry, I'm picking up a southern accent. Is there somebody from Texas here? Because my psychic abilities have been off the chart, and I'm thinking I'm picking y'all up. Berenstain, for sure. I think I'm going to change my whole Mandela effect thing to a comedy act. Berenstain. All E's, straight through. I wouldn't know. A lot of people agree with you in this timeline. It is S-T-A-I-N. If you have the old books at home, it will be S-T-A-I-N. Now, this is perfect. It didn't change. You did. Got that? It didn't change. You shifted to a timeline where it's always been S-T-A-I-N. Or, computer program.
I
Or
kind of stayed in the timeline where it's E-I-N.
did you? You'll never see it as E-I-N, I promise you. Unless somebody photoshopped it or something. I'm sorry. Look at her head. It's blowing up.
I have trouble with that one.
And that's the bread and butter. That's what they're calling it, because that was like one of the big ones that started to open up people's minds.
Yeah. So is that what the book is about?
The book is about my experiences in 2015, which started out with people telling me things I believed my whole life were lies, so I had to look into that.
Yeah.
That would have been the whole flat Earth thing, and then Mandela effect.
Flat earther now?
No, I am not, and I explain what I am in the book. I don't frickin' know her. Okay, I don't frickin' know. That's what I am.
I know the flat earther thing is a big movement right now.
It's not a movement, it's an awakening, but that's just me. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at him. We got to get the laughs on. Now, this is why I don't bring up. That's why I kept saying the other thing opened up my. I don't say what it is because I start getting, oh, well, if he believes the earth is flat, there's no way the Mandela effect is real. He's a nut. So I usually don't bring up the flat earth thing. I don't care. It's about your perception. It's not about what they say it is and what I'm supposed to believe everything that you tell me. Big thing. I don't know. Listen, trust me.
People are talking about it.
They came out and said the earth is flat. There's something else going on. They're hiding something. It's a distraction. That's what that is to me. I'll come out and say it right here and right now. The flat earth movement is a distraction. What is it they distracting you from? They're distracting you from you can create your own reality. You don't have to sit around and create by default because you're watching TV all the time. That's what you create your reality by default. They, don't ask me who, love that because you just live their reality for them. Okay, so, but I went too far on that. I don't even know. I mean, I guess that could be a chapter in the second book. I put the second book off because it became a self-help book.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, wow. But this one's about my experiences, Orbs telling me not to eat meat, being impaled, dying at least 3 times in there, and I'm still here.
Okay.
It's like, there was no pain. I'm surprised I remember it. I feel like I shouldn't have remembered it. I feel like I should have just forgot that it happened and got up and went about my day. But that's not what happened.
I'm super curious now. So, are you selling?
I am.
How much are they?
Well, here it's $10 signed, and you get to meet this. I mean, me. Look at all this ain't steroids,
And you have good tequila.
and I have good
So,
tequila.
you know.
And on Amazon, it's $14. Not signed. You don't get to meet me. And it's also 99 cents on Amazon. I'm more interested in getting the information out, what happened to me. They are my experiences and my interpretations. And then, of course, I get in all the other people that I met online who have also had similar experiences. A lot of people believe we're dead. We've died. We've shifted into a time or into something that it's on the other side of the universe. You know, we're in the Orion belt, right? Where's the Earth?
Shifting timelines. I see that right here. You're talking about.
Yeah, it gets kind of deep.
Give me one copy of your.
Sold. You gotta hold this. I'm selling all these books. You're gonna have to hold that.
All right.
What's your name, sir?
T.A. Stevens. T.A.
T.A. Stevens.
Okay, because I need
And
to
it's
know
about to
because
publish
I
his
need
own
to
book.
look for your book.
He's about to publish
T.A.
his own book. Is that right?
I'm gonna
It's
put that on
actually
my
Simon
phone.
Schuster's going to publish.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he did it right.
They actually pay you.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did it the way people want to do it if they can.
Yes, I want to do it that way, but no, this is my.
It's hard.
I'm glad to
It's
get
hard
this out.
because-
So T.A. Stevens.
You have to get a bunch. It costs so much to get it edited before it even goes to the agent.
The editing is yeah.
It's
Yeah.
expensive. It's $12,000 in editing before it goes to the agent. And you pay somebody to beat the hell out of it
Yeah.
for 2 years.
And then you hope that the first book sells enough to not only pay the expenses, but to allow you to publish the sequel and pay those expenses. Yeah, self-publishing is hard, but you get picked up and you roll with it, then it can take off from there in a huge way.
Yes, publishing is a lot less money.
What shall I call you?
My name is Laura.
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 So it's anything past it. Everything counts past the opponent.
Standard.
So even if, do you have to pay for your own editing?
Well, before you submit it to your agent,
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I tell you,
Thank you.
Stephen King,
Thank
you don't have to,
Yes.
but anybody else.
So after I had these incredible conversations with this couple, and you probably missed 10 minutes, I'm sitting there like really enjoying it. I'm like, wow, this is great. This is different from all the crap I was getting. And, I got to tell you, it's because I've changed things within the last few days. I mean, the simplest thing is I'm starting to use techniques that Bernadette Gold gave me, and I'm sure you can get them from anybody. She just really helped me. She helped me in the past. She's helped me now. But not to get off on that. That would be a bad thing. Using these techniques are really helping me stay within myself and being who I need to be rather than picking up all the crap around me. So after anyway, we're having a great conversation and I'm really enjoying this couple. And I hand the phone back to the guy after I gave it to him the first time. And I said, here, film this because, I need to get this on film. And I break out the book. Now, this is the Amazon version. No outline on it. And I kind of like that. Like the way the picture pops. But I'm saying, yeah, it's important that I get this. And I go, right at the top there, Suso, that's my YouTube page. Underneath is Photo Helix. He designed the cover and he drew the pictures. He's also affected, and he has his own channel. You want to check that out? It's my favorite right there. I don't know. Does it look like somebody you know? Anyway, I said the next one after that is Scarab Performance. He does Saturday and Monday. He does Mandela Effect interviews or changes. And I got into next one is Cynthia Sue Larson. She's been into it since at least '09, and she called it something else. Nobody it didn't catch on. That's what that problem was. And Moneybags does voting videos. And I was going on about Lone Eagle and nobleness and unbiased and on the fence. And, I'm shooting through all these, killing me. The guy did nothing but take pictures. I handed him the phone. I said, hit that button when I'm ready to record. And before that, I started talking about something else, and we were getting deep on something. It was gorgeous. That was another 10 minutes. All he did was take pictures. So you missed that. I'll get somebody else to do that. That work. That was fun. We'll do a real quick thing. I just want to apologize. I've tried to get a hold of Life Matrix a few times, do a little interview with him, and he's called back several times, and it's me. I'm always working. He's called different times. He's just missed me every time. I mean, it's not his fault. It's my fault. But we'll hook up.
Free. Free is good, right?
It's come to my attention that we're waiting for ourselves. That's right. Anybody that's trying to get out of the matrix, anybody that wants to escape physical reality, you're messing up. You're just like, I want to get out of here. No, you brought yourself here to help others get through the things that are coming up or that are here now. Help them get through the Mandela effect. Maybe help them see the Mandela effect. Maybe guide them in some way. But there's no more waiting around. It's here. Let's cut that stuff out. No more let's escape. How do we get out of the matrix? Oh my God. No, it's not about getting out. It's not about escaping. Our energy is making this place a better place. Our just being here is making it a better place. And just being here is going to make it better. All the stuff I've been going through, and it's nothing. It's working out. Everything's fine. I'm in great spirits, and it's stranger because before, when I would watch people have problems around me, and I'd interact and help if I could, but if I interacted directly, it would affect me. Now, not so much. I go out of my way to try and help. And I can't get to everybody. It's not convenient. It's not convenient. What's the word? Practical. It's just not practical. But I'm thrilled about some of these things that are happening. I'm more empathic. I'm picking up more of what's going on around me. Maybe not specifics, and instead of that, oh, this person's talking about this, and I already know I'm going to be angry about it. Instead of that, it's not happening. There's no more anger. There's no more angriness. It's just, okay, we're going to work that out, do the best you can, and that's it. And that's all it ever needed to be. It never had to be any anger issues just because somebody wouldn't do their job. Or whatever. It is what it is. And today's the 11th September, and beautiful day. I said to somebody, I said the clouds are more defined for me. They're more defined. That's all I got. And somebody said, well, it's because you're closer to them. Yeah, okay. Here we go. I don't know. said, tell me what to do. So I'm telling you what to do. Create something new. I want to thank Tonette. She's turned me on to this book, Parallel Universes, Fred Allen Wolf. You know, I got into it, the one she left me, and then I said, oh, I'm buying this. Just reading the introduction and stuff, and gave hers back and got this on Amazon. And I started to get into it again and put it down. Mistake. Should have done that. No, I'm going to get back into that. What's going on now? The energies are up. They're staying for me. And I'm getting a lot of stories from other people. Just drama things going on for people and how they're going to work it out and how they worked it out. Or I've had people come up to me, oh my God, you wouldn't believe this is happening, that's happening. And I said, did I not tell you a month ago that things might ramp up and get a little tougher for you? You know, stay within yourself, hang in there. And most people, I say, just make it to January. But for me, I've gone out and made things happen, and not because, you know, hey, that's what I set out to do. That's just what ended up happening. I was guided to do that, to just, you know, make the things happen. So I said, heck with it, you know. And coming across these exercises and other techniques and just talking things out, like with Bernadette Gold. You know, a lot of times the terminology is different, but it's not. You know, it's two different words meaning the same thing or whatever. And for me to actually apply these things is something new for me. In the 80s, 90s, when I was reading all those paranormal, supernatural books, you know, I would, oh, wow, that's great, you know, and I never really applied myself to some of those. I would try them, you know, see how they felt, see how they worked. Things that I did apply would be like wearing quartz. Normally it was quartz. Figured that would protect me. This black tourmaline, this is a sweet piece. Selenite, I got some of that. How did I get off on stones? I could go off on stones and crystals. Back in 88, 89, one of those trigger dates, I acquired literally 2 tons of stones, crystals, minerals. I had a piece this big of cyanide, didn't know what it was. It was beautiful. It was probably one of the most beautiful. It was like orange and yellow. And but when I first got these things, I brought them from my car. My car was literally like this, driving down the street with all these stones in the trunk. One of the stones, now we're talking, this is what, 20, 30 years ago? It might have been longer than that. Let me show you this one. And this was one of them. And it's so brittle, and it's been coming apart on me. This chrysocolla, okay? Talk about a gorgeous piece. This actually, when I first acquired it, was in the shape of a pyramid. Kind of. Wouldn't sit like a pyramid, but there was a whole nother piece over here, and there's still pieces falling off. This chrysocolla, it's so brittle. That's why I don't like to touch this. This is another piece. This is a quartz. This is a nice piece of quartz. This is actually the smallest of 3 that I had. The other one was a little bit bigger than this, and the big one was it was almost a ball. I'm gonna tell you, I just gave them away. I always felt that, you know, sometimes they were taken, and sometimes I would lose them, and some of them were really nice, and I'd misplace them or lose them or probably give them away. I mean, people would come into the house. Oh wow, wow. I'd say, oh, you see anything that you really like? Anything? What's your favorite stone here? You know, if it was something I felt like I could part with, I would. Sometimes I was like, oh, really didn't want to part with that, but I felt like it's going to do them more good than it'll do me, or maybe this will really help them. Now, this is a piece of black tourmaline that was actually a little bigger. This was the size of a softball. And just the other day, I dropped it and it split. And I had to laugh because I'm like, wow, I enjoyed leaving this at doors, right at the end of doors and stuff. But the funny thing is, what's, it depends on what the definition of is. That's it. Is. And that, I saw that the other day. And you spell isn't that ISIS? I mean, it's just stuff that they could have been planting. Anyway, I wouldn't go on that. And I don't understand that stuff anyway. Anyway, I mean, I do, but whatever. Yeah, here I go again. I think this one's called lepidite. This was a nice violet-looking stone when I first acquired it. Leaving it outside and stuff wore it up a little. And this, of course, is labradorite. This is a rough piece of labradorite. There's no way you'll get the colors. If I put it underwater, it would shine for you and stuff. One of my favorite right here. Yeah, and they were all acquired from them 2 tons of stones. Another one that came with it was a whole crate. You know the milk crates? I had a whole milk crate of these. And this is tiger eye. This is rough tiger eye. And this is my last piece. I sold those other ones for $5 a piece, the whole crate at the time. Stuff like that. I'm like, wow, I wish I had those back. As at the time, I had all kinds of rock books and spiritual rock books, what they did, why they did what they did. But I was thinking about those the other day because I still have some of them, and I'm like, wow, if I had all those now, boy. But like I said, I've given away. Like at work, I would walk in and just hand out all the polished ones. Anything that I had that was polished, I just gave out. I prefer them rough and straight out of the ground. I have some other nice pieces out there, but they were bought throughout the years. But they weren't from that 2 tons of stones that I acquired. The cyanide, not knowing what it was, and really not messing with it a lot because it was very brittle, very soft. It was soft. You could probably mold it. Set it up with a bunch of the other stones. I just touched it. Now I don't think I was biting my nails or doing anything else near my face, but that night I got up at 1 in the morning and just throwing up for no reason at all. Hey, could that have been a shift? I mean, how many timelines did I, put that in my mouth? I don't know. I've put crystals in my mouth. I'm just saying, I don't think I would have put that in my mouth, but that would have been totally ridiculous. But I mean, just that night I was waking up throwing up. What if I did bite my nails and die in my sleep and wake up in another timeline where I didn't bite my nails that night or something? Just speculation, weird speculation, to tell you the truth. It just hit me. I'm like, well, why not? Then a couple of days later, I just happened to be at a rock show carrying it around. And this guy pulled me over and he said, "Excuse me, what do you got there?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "I picked up some minerals and stones. I'm thinking about selling some. I thought I'd walk through with this to find out what it is." And he says, "Come over here with that." And he says, "May I?" I said, "Sure." He puts on some gloves and he picks it up and he puts it in a bag and puts hazardous and be careful and all these messages on the bag. And he says, "Here you are." Told me what it was. And I'm like, "Ooh, buy it? You want it?" He's like, "No, I don't want it, but you walk around, somebody around here may want it." I'm like, "It is gorgeous." I said, but I think I ended up getting rid of it cheap. I mean, it was a nice size. Kyanite. I had a sweet piece of kyanite. I mean, that's brittle. That just fell apart. Me carrying them and transferring them everywhere, transporting all these, anything brittle was tough. But yeah, and I've been thinking about getting back into the stones. I mean, um, that's something I would really be good at. I understand them. I understand that this piece has energies coming out of it. This piece has a vibrational energy, and when I hold it, when I'm with this stone, when I'm holding it, this energy, I am reminded of energy that is already in my body. I am already reminded. I am reminded of what I already have. Same goes for every other stone. This stone is reminding me of certain energies that I have. And once you know what they are, then you can, it's like, oh, I don't know, like the chrysocolla. The what did I call it that when I first brought it up? That's what it is, chrysocolla, that light blue stone or that aquamarine looking stone. I would hold that. I could feel that. The energies for me and that stone were very close. I would hold that and just stand there and I could just get the chills. Um, I guess that's all on stones. I'm quite sure that's not what I came on here to talk about. I came on to talk about how in the last few months my psychic abilities enhanced, and I didn't realize it. I didn't know it. I heard a lot of people talking that way, like, "Oh, your abilities are going to grow, or they may. It's going to happen to a lot of people." And I just thought, well, I feel the same. Nothing's changed. And then I would be having conversations with people and not knowing, what specifically was going on. But instead of sitting there waiting and talking these things out, I'd get upset. I would just, I'm like, this person's lying to me. I don't know it in my mind, but everything else is telling me this person's flat out lying to you. And I would just start to get angry. And I would, lash out like that rather than, realize I didn't know why I was angry. I just knew that's how I was acting, and I didn't know why. So, using some of the techniques, I've, it's, I don't worry about that so much, when I'm covered in these things and these techniques, it's like my energy's my energy. My energy's mine. It's a little bit easier to decipher what thoughts are mine and what aren't. Um, it's funny because most of the time it's obvious. I'm like, I never thought about that before. I don't act like that. I don't think like that. Why do I feel like this right now? Most of the time that's what it is. It's completely obvious. But now with these techniques, I'm me. So when I interact with other people now, I'm like, hey, how you doing? And instead of taking on their energy, I'm pushing mine out. So I'm going down there at the bar, making the whole bar like, oh, they're all like, wow, good morning, good morning. Um, Should be a good day down there today. as far as the Mandela effect goes, if there's something significant to speak about, I will. I think the direction I've gone into now is back to my experiences. If I report something, it's like this thing with the empath thing. You know, for months, I would be angry and upset, and I didn't realize that this was because I'm picking up other people's energy. And now I've learned that I can push that back and protect myself, and I'm me, and I'm me all the time. You know, from the first time I wake up in the morning, there's none of that crap. I got selenite by my bed. I got black tourmaline all over the place. You know, I'm spiritually protected more. I mean, I've had those things anyway, but I wasn't applying. I wasn't directing them. Um, and somebody said something. I was listening to somebody the other day, and I've been listening to so many people. Somebody said something about stones, that, you know, there are certain stones that hold certain energies that will protect or do this or that or the other thing. To me, that energy is just reminding you of the energy you actually have. Um, but it's all about the person, I think they said. They said it's basically, yes, there's some stones that are um, geared towards certain things, but it's still about the person. If they resonate with a stone that helps them a certain way, that's the stone they should use. I thought that was interesting. Boy, a lot of stone talk. Yeah, I've been getting into them a lot again. But you know, I'm going to probably still do videos. I don't know that they'll be as often. I am going to release this um, section I'm put. Right now it's called Suso from the Beginning, and I don't recommend anybody watch the first 10, 20, or 30. But unless you want to actually watch the progression and the way things changed, because those things brought me to who I am now. I'm going to go ahead and let that go, and I'm not going to worry about titles or anything. People need to get the information on my videos. They will come across them. They will find them. What else? That may be all. The chimes are calling.
Then in 2016, the earth shifted beneath our feet. The rebellion started.